Hey Rachel, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm well, thanks, Herbert. Good to chat.
So we hear that you're back in Boulder. How's that going?
Uh, it's really good, actually. I was back in the UK like for November, and it was really nice catching up with friends and family. But I don't think I saw the sun for about 4 weeks. I think December was without sun. So getting back here for the beginning of January and getting properly back into training has been really good. And it can be chilly. There are the odd days where I'm on the indoor trainer, but generally it's been really good. We've had good weather.
And good weather is really a relative thing. You could be somewhere where it's really warm, but it's so windy that you can barely ride your bike anyway, right? So it's all relative.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is like a break from what I've done for the past couple of years. I've tended to go to the Canary Islands, and you get wind. And we've had some really windy days here as well, where it's not been safe really to be out on the road. But at, doing long training sessions is still a bit of a novelty rather than the norm. So I think that's the right balance.
In terms of talking about your training sessions, what kind of training sessions are you doing at this time anyway?
I'm definitely in kind of my base period. There's a decent amount of volume. I'm probably doing each of the disciplines 5 or 6 times a week. Um, a lot of hill work, both on the bike and on the run. And then still only doing one long ride a week and making sure I get plenty of quality in to most of the sessions I do. So there'll be an element of interval work or speed work um, every time I train. And then I'm doing a lot of strength and conditioning as well. So doing that 3 or 4 times a week. So
So what have you done today already? Or you haven't started
Oh,
yet?
today's my kind of lazy morning. So I haven't done too much. I've done kind of admin work on the computer, but I'll go swimming at 11, and then I have a brick session this afternoon. So
Oh, I got you. Well, how do you log your admin work? How does that get logged in your training log?
it's not logged, but it makes me feel a lot better about things because it kind of nags when I've got an inbox that's getting a bit out of control.
Um, when is your first race this year?
I think I'm looking at Oceanside 70.3 at the moment. Initially, I was hoping I would get back to Ironman Melbourne, but I had my tonsils out in kind of the end of November, and it just meant my off season kind of went on longer than normal. I didn't really start training until the beginning of January, and so I didn't want to rush things to get ready for an Ironman so early. So yeah, at the moment, Oceanside 70.3, and then I think St George 70.3 as well, and then I'll look to do an Ironman a bit later on.
Um, you won Challenge Road last year.
Yes, yeah.
So now with your shift in terms of racing, of you're not having an Ironman race in the bank earlier in the year. What
Yeah.
does that mean? Will you be able to go back to defend that title, or is that now trickier just because of an obligation you have to get your Ironman out of the way?
Um, no, I Challenge Road is definitely still on my race plan, and I'm the Ironman. I'll either be looking at April or May for my Ironman, which will give me time to prepare for Challenge. I always say it wrong. Road. Uh, is that close?
We all know what it is, and we all know
Yeah.
what you're talking about. I guess the details of pronunciation are probably not so relevant.
Yeah, so I'll definitely be towing the line in July, and it's going to be a big race. I've seen that Caroline Stephan's going to be racing, and Leander Cave, and um, yeah, that's just two, and then there'll be everyone else as well.
Wow.
So it's
I
going
think
to
I will see you there for sure then.
be good.
In terms of last season. Would you consider that your season highlight, or?
Yeah, definitely. And you know, after Kona, it was difficult to see very, I was very disappointed with my performance in Kona, and it was hard to kind of see the positives of the year. But with time, you kind of I got my perspective back, and that was definitely a highlight, and it's probably a highlight of my career so far. It was just not only winning it, but as a race, I've not kind of experienced anything quite like that before. So that's why I was so keen to get back there this year.
Um, yeah, I think it's easy to be disappointed about a key race, but it's really in your whole line of events. It's one race in the whole calendar year, right? I understand it has more value, but it is just a race.
No, exactly. I think you could. I mean, I think athletes especially are very good at losing all perspective, and everyone who goes to Kona, it's not just the race day. You kind of you train harder for that race. Well, at least I did my preparation for that. You put a lot into it, and you kind of have to hope that things come right on the day, and when it doesn't, it's disappointing. But you know, looking back, I got 2 sub 9 hour Ironmans last year, and I won 2 70.3s. So there were definitely big positives to take away, and not doing well in Kona, I guess it's just extra fire in my belly for this year.
That's how you need to look at it for sure. Let's talk about challenge route one more time. On the bike course, have you ever experienced anything as crazy as on the Silverberg anywhere in any race?
Never, never. I mean, I've been out to watch the Tour de France, and I've been on the climbs and seen the crowds. The crowds go crazy on the big climbs in the Tour, but the depth of the crowds and the noise, it was just unbelievable. It kind of, I think you can't really imagine what it's like until you do the race, because I'd heard about it before I turned up to that race, but you suddenly turn around this corner and you're thinking, how am I even going to get up this hill? But they're pro fans, and they know when to kind of give you a gap. Yeah, it was incredible.
Feels a little bit like the parting of the Sea of Galilee.
Exactly, yeah. I had this amazing picture that was taken, and it's almost like you could make it into a puzzle, because I can barely see, where I am in it, but because the crowds, I'm just another head in the crowds. It's yeah.
No, it's we look forward to see you then. In terms of any other big plans, any other news on your side?
In terms of like sponsor news, I'm staying with many of the same sponsors as last year, which is really great. I'm with Cervelo still, with Newton, on the Beast Milk team. I'm going to miss someone out now. I've signed up with Shimano this year, which is awesome. I was riding their components last year, but and yep, still with Powerbar. I've had a change in my coaching setup. I'm now being coached by Dave Scott and that's great. He's in Boulder. It's really nice being able to have constant contact with him throughout the week. But otherwise, yeah, I'm kind of.
Oh no, you misunderstood. We were not asking about the business end of things, the personal thing. Anything new on the personal side of things?
Oh, personal side of things. Sorry. Well, I've moved to Boulder. My boyfriend. Is this what you mean? Oh my God.
Yes.
And my boyfriend Brett has moved out here with me, which has been a real bonus, because he works for Bank of America, so he's been able to to get out here as well. So yeah, but that's otherwise things are pretty much the same.
Well, we're glad that it has worked out, and we look forward to see you during the season a couple times. But for now, we'll let you get ready for your swim session,
Thank you.
and we'll talk to you again soon.
Great, thanks, Heather.
Bye bye.